Namaste children, welcome to my channel. How are you? Are you struggling with online classes and unit test? Today I am continuing the chapter power sharing. Here the topic is why power sharing is desirable. There are two reasons behind this why power sharing is desirable. One is prudential reason and another is moral reason. So the two reasons in favor of power sharing, one is prudential reason and another is moral reason. What is meant by prudential reason? It is a careful calculations of gains and losses. Yes, what are the gains we are having? What are the losses we are incurring? So by calculating that we will reach a conclusion. That is prudential meaning. So when we are sharing the power, whether it is good or bad, whether we are gaining or not, like that. And it's so most often it will lead to better outcome. Better outcome. Last paragraph it is written. Prudential reason of power sharing will result in better outcome. And the second one is moral reason. Moral reason, we can see that it will lead, it is more valuable, more valuable. Moral reason is something based on some ethics, like that. And here we can see the first point, prudential reason why we are sharing power. We are sharing power, it will help the possibility of reducing the conflict. It will reduce the possibility of conflict between social groups. If power is concentrated among one social group means based on languages, based on religion, based on the political party, if the power is entrusted on one group only, and that means there is no power sharing, it will lead to the possibility of conflict between the social groups. Between the social groups there will be the possibility of conflict. And this will lead to violence and political instability. So social division leads to social conflict. So if there is division, it will lead to social groups. About social division you will study later on. So different social groups will lead to conflict, and this conflict will lead to violence, and the violence will lead to political instability. So reduce the, if there is power sharing, if power sharing is there, it will reduce the conflict and violence, and it will promote stability of the political order. Yes, power sharing ensure stability. Yes, because of the power sharing we will get the stability of the political order. And suppose if there is no power sharing, what happens? They will impose the will of the majority community over others. They will impose their will. Yes, this we like. We don't want to do that. We don't want to go in accordance with the desires or wish of aspirations of others. We want to go along with our own path. So that way it comes that we call it imposing the will of the majority community over others. It is an attractive option in the short run. The short run is okay. But what happens in the long run? In the long run, it will undermine the unity of the nation. Yes, it will undermine the unity of the nation. We used to hear one quotation, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts, absolutely. That happens. That is, majority community over others, it is an attractive option, but in the long run it will break the unity of the nation. That means disintegration of the nation. So that is why we say the power should be shared among the people, among different social groups, based on languages, based on religion, whatever different, based on regions, like that. And then we can see that if the tyranny of majority, if the power is not shared among the people, among the social groups, it will lead to the tyranny. There is no law and order. It is something oppressive. That particular power holders or authority don't want to see that the aspirations and needs of the people. So it will lead to oppressive to the minority. But you know that at last it will be leading to the unity of the ruin of the majority. It will break the ruin of the majority as well. So it is not only harmful, power concentration is not only harmful to the minority, but also it is harmful to majority as well. So second point, so it will lead to with better outcomes. What will lead to better outcomes? Prudential reason why there is power sharing is there, or power sharing. Power sharing will lead to this. Power sharing will lead to this. Power sharing will lead to better outcomes. Then let us see second reason, moral reason. That is, power sharing is the essence of democracy. In a democratic country, people will choose the ruler, people will control the ruler. Whenever it is possible and necessary, people will take part in decision making. That is the thing. Not the authority alone is taking decision. The people will also take part in the decision making. So, power sharing is a spirit of democracy. Rule involves sharing power with those affected by its exercise. So when a rule is there, the rule is involved. Suppose when a government is making a law, that rule or the law is affected by the people. That is the meaning with the affected by its exercise. Affected by its exercise, that is the meaning. And so who have to live with its effects? So we have to see who have to live with its effect, and people have the right to be consulted. So government is making a law, the law is obeyed by the people, and so that means it is affecting the people. So what the people should do? The people have to live with its effects. So live with its effects, people have the right to be consulted on how they are to be governed. So people have the right to be consulted how they have to be governed by. So you know that a legitimate government, a government is justified government. In case of a justified government, you know that citizens are having proper participation in the lawmaking. Why power sharing is desirable? According to the moral reason, it will produce a valuable government. It is more valuable. And in case of prudential reason, it will bring a better outcome. It is bringing a better outcome. It is valuable. Here the political stability, that means avoiding the conflicts. And here who is affected by the exercise. That is the most important thing you have to focus on, is who is affected by the government's rules and laws. So those people who have the right to be consulted, on how they are to be governed. So I hope you understood why power sharing is desirable. This way you write and learn, so it will be easier for you. Okay children, thank you.